to you all and welcome to my channel once again. You're so much welcome to my channel. Please, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing to my channel so that each time I upload new content, you get notified and you also come here to watch my videos. So thank you for joining us today. President Trump is not only fighting for the United States of America, but he is fighting for the entire planet Earth. He has brought peace across different countries in the world. Peace between Israel and the Kingdom of Bahrain. Peace between Israel and United Arab Emirates. He built the strongest economy in the world before the COVID-19 pandemic struck. But the mainstream media does not want to give him any form of credit for this. The only thing they want is for them to use the COVID-19 pandemic to discredit him so that people will forget everything he has done before the 2020 presidential election, which is coming up on November 3rd. It's true that America is the most infected country in the world today in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic. But should that be the reason why we should use it and forget every other thing that he has done? No, that shouldn't be the reason. Now take a look at this.
It's Madison Jasiato. You know, as we get closer and closer to the 2020 presidential election, I can't help but notice the stark difference between President Donald Trump and the Democrats. These Democrats, a lot of them have had dozens of years in office to do what they say they're going to do or want to do now. They've had multiple opportunities to help the communities that they say need their help most. Nothing was done. President Donald Trump came in office less than 4 years ago and has done a lot. He's not only made and kept promises, but he's over-delivered on many of these promises, which I think has been very impressive. I talk frequently about the courts. That's just one example of many in which he over-delivered. People in 2016, many conservatives were hesitant about voting for the president, and they ended up voting for him, and now they see that he kept those promises. We have many originalist justices and judges on the bench as a result of President Donald J. Trump being in office. On top of that, the president made promises to the Black community. He kept those promises. He delivered on criminal justice reform. He delivered to women and the promises he made economically about building one of the greatest economies in the history of our nation. And of course, more than half of those jobs during that time of economic growth went to women. And I'm excited to see what will happen if we had another 4 years of President Trump, because I really think the possibilities are endless. This is very refreshing to see a man of his word going in and doing what he says he's going to do, working for every single American, not necessarily the groups or the people that voted for him or support him in large numbers, but working for everybody, wanting to make communities better. Vice President Joe Biden had every opportunity in the world to do this, and he didn't, as vice president or senator. Kamala Harris, the same. Nancy Pelosi, definitely the same, with dozens of years of experience and dozens of years in office, countless opportunities, and she and they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball on the American people, and this president has not dropped the ball. He's done exactly what he needs to do. And this is just the beginning. I think 4 more years will give us that opportunity to see that economic growth that was stopped in large part by the coronavirus pandemic, to see what else, could possibly be done, which I think is going to be great and benefit more people than what we even saw as a result of Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and so much else. So I think it's critical that we not only re-elect our president, but that we start to take a long and hard look at many of the people that we elect to other offices like Congress and our state and local offices, and make sure that we hold them accountable, because we don't want to end up in another 50 years from now with hundreds of more people like Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden who haven't done anything but continue to get reelected and get rich off of us.
It's important for us to remember everything that President Trump has done, not just for America but for the world, because it will go a long way in this 2020 election coming up on November 10th. It will go a long way. Americans have to be voting wisely. Why? Because politics in America does not only affect America alone, but politics in America affects every other continent in the world. Every other continent in the world, including my own country where I am broadcasting from now, which is Nigeria. The international policies, the foreign policies which are being made by American politicians, they are somehow affecting other countries in the world. Now, for example, in Nigeria, there was a recently concluded gubernatorial election held in a state known as Edo State in Nigeria. Nigeria is known for rigging election, ranging from presidential election to gubernatorial election down to local government chairman election. Nigeria is known very well for rigging election. Now, in a recently concluded gubernatorial election held in Edo State, before this election, the United States Department of State issued a warning. They threatened the candidate, the gubernatorial candidate, that they would issue a travel ban to any candidate that would rig that election. Now, that was the only thing that yielded a free and fair election in that state, which is Edo State. The election was held freely, the election was fair, and the mandate, the vote, what the people want, the right person that the people of Edo State voted emerged as the winner of the election. So when Americans are choosing their leaders, when they are going for elections, when they are visiting the different polling booths, they should always have it in mind that we are voting not just only for the citizens of America, but we are voting for the citizens of the world. When they are calculating their plight, they should also be putting the plight of every other people, every other continent, every other country in their mind. Even if we are told that President Trump did not do well in handling the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, now, if we don't hold that one, there are other things we should hold. If we are told this, should that be the reason why we forget also the travel ban he issued to China earlier? No, that shouldn't be the reason. Should that be the reason why we should forget the effort he is making in terms of development of a safe and effective vaccine, which he has promised that it will be available very soon for all those that need it, for healthcare professionals and for those who are mostly at risk? That shouldn't be the reason. Should that be the reason why we will forget the work he is doing, he has done in terms of development of ventilators? That shouldn't be the reason. During the time of this COVID-19 pandemic, America became the king of ventilators. In short, different countries in the world were calling America that they needed ventilators. He did a very wonderful work. Should that be the reason why we should forget the stimulus packages he has made available for Americans? That shouldn't be the reason. Despite the obstruction, the obstacles have been witnessing with Nancy Pelosi at the floor of the House, that shouldn't be the reason. So, when they tell us that Trump did not do well in this area, we should always be looking at those areas in which he has done well, and we should be focused. We should focus on those areas and make it the reasons why we should vote for President Trump on the coming election, November 3rd. Everybody has to unite in solidarity with President Trump so that he will secure another 4 years in the White House on November 3rd. We have to stand behind his back. Africa is very much happy because of President Trump, because he doesn't pet us. Africa is not doing it right. Africa is not making much progress. Africa is the richest continent in the world in terms of natural resources, and we have everything it takes to be a very wonderful country and even become the next giant, the next world power in years to come. But yet we are still backward. President Trump does not pet Africa. Whenever we don't do it well, whenever we don't get it right, he'll be very much bold enough to speak to us and tell us, Africa, you are not doing it well, you need to work on yourselves. And that is the reason why we like President Trump. Not somebody that will be looking at us, seeing that we are not doing it right, and the person will still be telling us Africa is on the move. Yes, you are making progress. We are not making progress. And by what he has been doing and from the way he has been speaking to our leaders, that have been trying to make progress, that have been trying to improve in order to make Africa look like other wonderful continents that we have in the world. Thank you so much for watching this video. So watching more videos of mine where I'll be talking about issues surrounding Africa, the United States of America, and even the relationship, the connection between what is happening in America and in Africa, please consider subscribing to my channel so that each time I upload a new content, you get notified and you also come here to watch my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to see you again in my next video. Do subscribe so that we come back again to watch my videos. Thanks and bye for now.